I'm in. Now we have to wait five. Now we have to wait 5 minutes for the people, for anybody to start coming in my live stream. Hooray! All right. 5 minute timer bomb. Right. Okay. All right. That's enough. I gotta lock in. You know what I'm talking about? I have to. No, wait. No, cool. Let's see what this. Let's see what this guy. No. Let's see what this guy says.
Hey, greetings, student Gombolina here. I'm ready whenever you are. Give me a rundown of your Geometry Dash level, theme, difficulty, gameplay ideas, what you think works, and what feels off. Don't hold back. The editor rewards honesty, not excuses.
Cool. It's working. Now I can actually. Now I can actually tell what I want. All right. Wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What? Okay. So can you give me tips on how to create a Geometry Dash level that is in platforming mode, because I have no idea how to make Geometry Dash levels. So can you please give me insight and tips? I hate everybody. It's not. What are you? Okay. That. All right. So, can you please give me insight and tips on how to create a geometry dash level, because I have no idea how to make geometry dash levels in platformer mode. All right. Cool. This is gonna be an awesome stream. Okay, just talk. I forgot to tell ChatGPT to talk in sentences and not just like lists. Alright. Also talk in sentences. And not lists. Alright, cool. New chat. Now, can you please not? It's doing this. Let's just see which ones. Let's just see which one's shorter. Yeah, that one. Alright, cool. I prefer this response. Let's copy it. Cause it you don't exceed two please stop. Now can I please? Alright, so can you please give me insight on and tips on how to create a geometry dash level, because I have no idea how to make geometry dash levels in platform mode. Now I'm recording. Alright, Tappyson. Wait, no. Yeah, streaming is so fun. Stop.
Alright tappers, and Gomblina here. Geometry levels in platformer mode can feel confusing at first, but the key is to think less like a normal platformer and more like classic geometry dash flow. A good geometry level usually focuses on one core mechanic, like timed jumps, gravity switches, or simple orb usage, and then slowly builds on it so the player learns without being told. In platformer mode, spacing matters a lot, so make sure jumps are readable and consistent, because unfair gaps instantly kill the fun. Decorations should support gameplay instead of hiding hazards, since clarity is more important than detail early on. Try syncing obstacles and movement with the music, even if it's subtle, because rhythm is what makes a geometry level feel satisfying. Most importantly, test constantly and play your level like you don't know what's coming, because if it feels awkward to you, it will feel impossible to others.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. That's amazing. Alright, let's see what my platformer is gonna be. So, I'm aiming. Wait, no. I need to tell it. Alright, cool. I like your tips. Now, I'm aiming for a difficulty of 7 stars. So, I want. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What is it? Why did it say? Why did it think I said? Why did it think I said her? That's. Wait, it sounds so.
Nice, a 7-star is a solid target. For the difficulty, you want challenge without overwhelming the player, so Gombolina says consistency is everything. Your jumps should be tight but forgiving, meaning the player usually dies from bad timing, not from guessing where to go. Platformer mode makes it tempting to add tricky movement everywhere, but at 7 stars you should give short rest moments where the player can react and breathe. Use hazards that are clearly visible and avoid sudden off-screen threats, because memorization should help but not be required. You can introduce light timing pressure with moving platforms or hazards, but don't stack too many mechanics at once. If a section takes more than a few tries to understand, it's probably drifting toward demon difficulty.
No!
Always play this with the mindset that a casual but experienced player should beat it without a rage.
Demons are scary. Alright. Let's begin the platforming. Let's play some platformer levels that are 7-star. Just to see. Let's play a True City because it seems like a basic, boring platformer, and yeah. No. This is aiming towards demon difficulty. Why do I play GD levels in complete silence? I know it's not in complete silence, but like. Alright, I think I know what to do. I should be playing with music. I should probably change the. Yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. You guys. Okay, literally nobody, but like. Nobody's watching my live streams and it makes me feel really sad. Arrgh. What if I hear the media source? So I can hear it too. Would that be really radical? What do I do? Yeah, OST, and I'm just gonna listen to the entire thing, and you can't stop me. I'm just gonna make it so that the audio is not that like not wait, it's just like. What is filter? Oh, stat. Properties. Yeah, I'm just gonna like. What do I do? I'm very scared. I can't even hear the music. It makes me feel really. Alright. Now that I have music blasting in my ears, I can finally create this platformer level. So first we start with jumps. Just simple or timings. I've been creating way too many classic levels, so it's just gonna feel like a classic level, but like you can go backwards, and that's a really cool implementation of Geometry Dash. Wait, alright, I should be coloring these. Maybe let the player one colors. Cool. Now we have this simple orb top. You could do that. No, that's illegal. You can't be doing that in my games. To be fair though, even difficulty platformers are not even that hard. They're kind of just, except if it's like a hard demon, then it becomes really hard and it makes me feel really sad. No. What if I have like a limited amount of time? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then send it to like maybe like 1 hour. Cool. Wait, no, this is a YouTube video, and YouTube doesn't really like that, so I'm gonna do something else. Google, yeah. Cool. There. Perfect. Now I can start the timer and it will be crazy. Alright. Now I have to lock in. I'm gonna like, no. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, I have to set this up. Wait, no. I have to set this up. Why am I still setting my stream settings? Alright, cool. So, you have some simple jumps leading into this. I'm gonna use some slope gameplay, but it's gonna be grip slope, so it's not gonna be like agonizing to play. I hope the AI knows what grip slope is, but if it doesn't, then I'm gonna explain it. This is basically just why did I do this to myself? This is basically just like a I test my skill set in creating slight why does that actually go so hard? I'm not talking about this song. I'm talking about that. I should use that. Oh my gosh. So that goes so hard. I'm not telling the AI that. I'm gonna keep it a secret. Alright. Now we have this green orb to go into a platform over here. I think I'm gonna go for a vertical section. I forgot to mention I suck at making platformer levels, so this is gonna be amazing. No! Why is it so hard? I'm gonna make this easier because it's only a 7-star, and 7 stars are very amazing. And they're easy. I'm gonna make it. Wait, I'm gonna make it so that there's like a dash orb, but like the dash orbs that like boost you. Like, yeah. Wait, how did it do that? I forgot the settings. What are the settings? What are the settings? I'm looking for, yeah. Wait, where is it? There it is. Alright, Ziplash. Let's see what the settings are for the, yeah. Let's see what the settings are. So speed 30 and yeah. Cool. So now my dash orbs don't feel like float. Don't feel like speed is 3 and activation is like 0.1. Yeah. 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 I was just gonna do no. What is it? No effects. Yeah, no effects, and we're all good. And I just have to make. Wait. What if we use the same? What if we use the same orb, like that, and then we go on top? Yeah, that's really cool. Is the bot gonna hate it? Probably, but like it's cool, and like I have to add it. That's a little bit too much. Yeah, no. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna like make it so that there's a spike. Yeah, there's like a saw. There's a saw over here, like that. So basically, what I'm trying to do is that there's like a wall of saws, and you have to go back. You have to go backwards over here. Wait. First, let me do this. Oh my god. Okay, there has to be. I'm gonna go backwards over here. I don't know why I did that, but cool. So you're gonna have to go over here, collect to this. Collect. Wait, no, not collect. Go over here. This. No. This toggle orb is gonna be set to group ID 1. Doing triggers. We're going to make this group ID 1, and it's gonna toggle this off. We're also toggling another toggle orb. Does this even work? Toggle on group ID 2. And basically what I'm trying to do is make it so that if this works, this is really bad. Toggles off this and toggle. Wait, I have to toggle on off the yellow orb. Why did I make like just try to every time I use triggers, they always end up like this. So toggle off this yellow orb, and it doesn't work. Hooray. Let's do it like this is not 7-star difficulty, but this is what am I doing? So this toggles on group ID 2, and group ID 2 is this yellow orb. Yeah. I don't know why. So this is a yellow orb. Yeah, and this is a blue orb. Cyan orb, sorry. Alright. Why is it doing that? Wait, what? This is... So this does the yellow orb, so I have to... Why does it work for that one, but not for this one? There, but I have to make this white. Alright, cool. Okay, I guess it works, but like, you know, the colors are off. Okay, so first of all, this is the green one. Let's change that because my memory doesn't work. And let's just what? Oh. Why is it saying it's a blue? It's not blue. Nothing here is blue. You're making me sad. Nothing here is blue. I don't know why it's saying it's blue. Okay. That was weird. No object color and yeah. Now we just flip these. Wait, what am I doing? Don't just... Okay, what am I doing? Let's just test this out. So this is the green one. This removes the green, and this adds the... Okay, I gotta switch the colors. That's my... Alright, no object. Cool. Cool, so now it kind of works. Now you just swap the orbs and you go over here. That took way too long, but like it's worth it, cause like, you know, now the orb changed, and then you go over here. This sucks. I don't know why. It's like this. What do you mean you changed? Why did I think of putting a ship portal here? Why did I think... Wait. Hold on. Why did I think of doing this? This isn't like a platformer at all. Whatever. Alright. Let's give input. Hold on. Wait. Let's give input on my level so far. Okay, so my level so far has jump in the beginning, and with the orb you jump again with the orb, a yellow orb, you go into this passable platform with a spike, and then after you go on this passable platform, you jump into this flip gravity uh, por- portal, and then after that you jump over the spike. You jump over the spike in a portal. Wait, wait, sorry. In grip slopes, and then after that, what am I doing? You jump into this. You jump with a green orb into this platform, and then after that you have two toggle orbs, and these toggle orbs are going to basically switch this green orb into a yellow orb. You have to click 2 times for this to happen, and I indicated this with the player having 2 toggle orbs. After that, you have to jump on the yellow orb to jump onto the back part of the slope, and that's basically where my level ends. Do you have any feedback? All right. That was the worst. That was the worst. But let's see what the AI let's see what the AI says. Alright, wait, no. I hope it didn't just let's see what it says. It's 1,000. I told it specifically. Alright, I told you specifically not to exceed 1,000 characters inside. Alright. 8,000. I hate this. Why did it just the text? Your text cannot exceed 1,000 characters. Exceed 1,000 characters. I swear, if it's like 1,000 million characters, I'm going to. Yes, let's go. All right. What? Okay, that's a pretty good insight on my level. Wait, alright, that's a pretty good insight on my level. I'm thinking of the idea of adding a ship part into this level using the jetpack, making tight and consistent gameplay, but not too hard. And I'm thinking of the idea of adding a key to unlock a certain part of the level. You can continue stages. Is that a good idea? Alright, let's see what it thinks. Six. Alright. 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 That's pretty cool. Amazing. Amazing. I'm totally listening. I'm listening. That's cool. Let's see how many views my live stream has. Oh my gosh, why is that in the corner of my live stream? Alright. Oh my gosh. I probably should have just made this a new tab, but stop. Just let me move the tab around. You're gonna expose. You're going to explode. Stop it. You're going to expose me. All right. Alright. So let's see. You're exposing me. I don't like it. Alright. I have so many Opera GX tabs. This live stream is not sponsored by Opera GX because I like how it's purple and it looks cool. Alright, let's start. It basically said my idea is pretty good, but I think it needs a little, but it thinks it needs a little more readability. And overall, this part, it thinks it has a good idea, but like, it says make sure the section isn't overall too confusing. So let's change some of the stuff here. First of all, I'm just gonna write 2 over here. I don't care about game design. I'm just gonna write 2 clicks with like, alright, 2 clicks. So now that the green orb is gonna be successfully turned into a yellow orb, I can now implement the ship game mode into this level, which is going to be amazing. I should probably turn this into a video, yeah. So now that the ship game mode is into this level, I can now start implementing harder gameplay, challenging, just gonna make sure the gameplay is a little bit, wait, what am I doing? There. Now it's easier and more sight readable. Sight readability is my uncle. Why is it? Why did it just do that? It's like. All right, there. So now there's a straight fly section. If I can, I should probably not add a checkpoint yet because GD Colon doesn't really think that's a good idea. Why am I talking like that? GD Colon doesn't think that's a good idea, so I guess I'm just not gonna allow. I need my music back. It makes my video feel better, and like we only have about like 40 minutes, so I better like. This was a little bit cluttered though, and I need a little bit more tips. Alright. Let's see. No. What? Why did I? Oh, that feels that's. I need a way to implement that in a way that this. I'm just gonna leave it and make it a coin. I'm so sorry. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it a wall coin. I'm gonna make it a wall coin. I'm so sorry. I have to. I'm like, come on, damn. Like, it's just like, come on. You know, like you have to. It's a free coin, but like it makes me look very very smart. You know what I'm talking about? Like, very. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, let me look at. Let me look at new. Let me look at other. What am I doing? Platformer levels. No, rated platformer levels. Okay, that just happened. I was recording in stream because that genuinely scared me. Lobotomy is so funny. Give me player input anyway. Yeah. I really don't like this. I'm gonna ditch this entire level because like it's very bad. It's very bad. I'm sorry. It's just I'm gonna reverse this and it's gonna look like I'm creating the level instead of destroying it. I'm just like very good. Hold on. Cool. Alright. Let's see how I'm thinking it adds like a little bit more spice if I add like a roof. I should probably just restart the chat because like alright, cool. I'm gonna add a roof. Like that. No, you can't see it. You have to be able to see it. Or else it feels like the other level I made. I'm making it like a dungeon themed level. You know, like many other platformers. I'm the first one to ever come up with a dungeon level idea. Yeah, since I think I need to restart the timer. I need to restart the timer. I'm so sorry. Alright. Cool. I think nobody cares since nobody's watching. And I'm gonna add a few. I think this should be more like a 5-star instead of a 7-star. So I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add a few jumps. Yeah, like that. And I'm gonna add. No, that would be a little bit. I was thinking of adding a blue orb here, adding a blue orb here, and like doing a few extra jumps. You know what? That's actually a good idea. That gives a little bit more variety against these other platform levels. I think that's a little bit better. I think that's good. Yeah. No. I was thinking of going the extra mile and doing one of these clicks, but like it's a 5-star. Come on. What if I make the orb bigger though? You know what I'm talking about? Like, what if I expand on that idea and just make it bigger so you can't get mad at me because it's easy. You can't get mad at me because it's easy. No, I'm gonna make it like, yeah, and I'm gonna like, that feels a little bit more clunky though. I'm gonna do that. Is clunky a word? I should make that passable. Alright, I just removed it for some reason. I don't know what happened. Oh, it's hide. It's set to hide. I think I said it to hide. Yeah, I said it to hide. What is wrong with me? I should have done no. I should have done passable. Why is it set to hide? Why is it set to hide? It doesn't even have any group IDs attached to it. At least I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. What is it doing being hidden? Was it you? Okay, I'm just gonna give up on these 2 blocks and make another. I'm gonna make another 2-block structure that can be set to passable. Alright, cool. What if I, no, I'm not gonna make it mini mode because, like, you know, these jumps are gonna become harder and, like, no, you, I have to add a bad coin, like, I have to, it's just, it gives so many, like, it's good, it's kind of good, it's like, once you add, like, these, and, like, that's a wall coin, but, like, it's not hidden, it's not, like, it's a wall coin, it's, like, it's not hidden, it's skill-based, but it's a wall coin. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in, I don't really care. I'm gonna make it a little bit more tight. It's a coin, it has to be harder. Like the harder difficulty that are 6 or 7 stars. I am so hip with the times, am I right? No, that's a little bit too hard. That's a little bit too hard. Let me just nerf it a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit too easy. I think a good coin has to be like that. That's a good coin. I made it so I have biases, but, like, I know I'm right. So let's add a block here. Alright. What if I try making it out of point? I'm just gonna make it hidden, but I know I'm lying to the player, but, like, stop talking. Okay. Roar! And they just snatched the coin. Oh wait, I have an idea. So there's gonna be spikes. There's gonna be like a row of spikes, and I'm gonna make the player think, huh? What? First of all, I'm removing this coin. First of all, I'm removing this coin. Second of all, I'm going to make a row of spikes on top, and I'm gonna guess the player's thinking, huh? What do you do up there? So it's clearly indicating that you can't go up there. So the player goes down. And sees that there's a key. The player goes down, follows his trail, and sees that there's a key over here. They see that there's a key over here. And then collect it, thinking, huh, what do you do? What does this key do? And then it removes. Just out of view, this has been spawned. So, first of all, it's yellow, which is like, alright. So this key is being hidden by, like, this magical force that hides the key. This magical force that hides the key. Oh my gosh. And then there's this other trigger that detects whether you're here. You see where I'm going with this? You have to like, it's a touch trigger. You know, like it's a touch trigger, and you have to. I think I'm cooking, guys. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Yeah, like that. And like, the key doesn't exist when you go over here. But oh my god. Okay, it toggles it off. First of all, this toggles the key off. What am I doing? This is why I don't like triggers are scary. Alright, now it toggles it on. So okay. What? Okay. This doesn't seem very fun, but like it's like look, the key is here. And they're like, huh, what? I'm gonna collect this key. See what it does. And guess what happens? After I collect that key, that's a really big. Why did I make it so big? There's a key over here and it's out of reach. The player's thinking, huh? Sorry, there's a key over here and it's Okay. Let me just. Alright. Okay, let me just raise this thing up. There's a key over here. Alright. The player's rolling around this level. They're like, okay, let me go into this regular. Oh, it's out. You can see it. You can see it spawn. That's not sight readable. So they go out. So the player's over here, and they're just roaming around this random level, and they go into here, and they see this wall. They see this wall spikes. So you can die. Why can't you die? You can't die to it. What do you mean you can die to it? I'm gonna add an orb here. You press this orb, and you're like, oh. The player's thinking, huh, there's a wall of spikes. If I click this orb, I'm gonna die to it. So let me just go back and see what happened. And there's a key. And they're like, oh wait, you can. Guys, I just dreamed. It's orb. What do I do? I'm just gonna make this a regular jump. I don't really care. I'm just gonna. Alright, so the player's just roaming around. Game design is so fun, am I right? The player's just roaming around this random level. The player's just roaming around this level. Random. The player's just roaming around this random level, and they see that there's a pit of spikes on top. They're thinking, what's this? Why is there, if I click this orb, I'm gonna die. Let me just go back and see what happened. Let me just go back and see. And they see this a key, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's a key over here. What am I doing? I'm running out of time. I have so much time. So there's a key over here, but I can't reach it. So what do I do? But what do they do? That's the question. So, I see. What if I add an implementation that they can double jump? They can double jump. Wait, hold on. I don't like messing with orbs, so I'm just gonna go over here and just jump. I'm gonna go over here and double jump. I'm gonna copy this level. Yeah, you can double jump. Alright, so this mechanic over here, I'm just gonna make this a custom object. If that even is a custom object, but like, AI platformer. And I'm gonna, first of all, I'm gonna build helper this. And you can double jump now, so you don't even need any of the, you can just double jump. Oh wait, no, you can't. I don't even need. So the player can double jump to wherever they want now. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that you double jump over here, and you see that there's a pit of spikes. You know that if you double jump here, then he can't go above. He dies in spikes. So you try to go down, and you see this key. so you go over here and you see this pit of spikes, and you think, oh, you'll see this key, and you double jump to grab it, and then what that key does is nothing. I'm joking. What that key does is like it removes everything. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna actually add extra gameplay over here. So I'm gonna call this group 7. Sit. Get it? Because this toggles group sit. I'm so hip with the times, guys. Am I right? Or am I right? I will eat every button. So this, yeah. Oh wait, it's a toggle trigger. It toggles groups. Okay, I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Alright, so there's a key, and if you click this, if you collect this, collect, you see that the pit of spikes is gone. And you can go to the next area. I'm gonna make this like a room. So, oh wait, I have an amazing idea. So you go over here. There's a ship part, and I think I'm doing a little bit too much, but I think I need to improvise. I'm gonna add this ship part over here. So you see there's a ship part. Okay. I'm gonna give this AI some insight. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some insight on my level. So basically, how you play this level is there's a double jump mechanic in this level that you can use to get through some obstacles. So the way this level is built is so you can double jump. Just keep that in mind. So you pass through these regular spikes, and you double jump on this platform beneath spikes, and you do that multiple times to get to the second platform. Now you see there's a wall of spikes above you, and you know if you double jump, then that wall of spikes you're going to die to that wall of spikes. So I think I want the player to think, So I want the player to think, if I go down here, maybe something's gonna happen. So you see, when you go down here, there's a key, and it's too high to. When you go down here, there's a key, and it's too high to reach. But you remember you can double jump. So after you collect this key, you see after you go up, just to see that the key is gone. I mean, if the wall of spikes is gone. And after that, I'm thinking, I haven't implemented this yet, but I'm thinking that you go up here with some platforms that you can jump on. There's gonna be a room that you get to, like, explore. and there's like a bunch of saws that you can. There's a bunch of saws that you can dodge. So that's basically my idea for this level. Alright, can you give me some insight and some like tips to help this level get better and give me some ideas? Alright, let's see what it cooks up. Let's see what it. Wait, I haven't even. That's a lot of text. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really hope it doesn't exceed the limit. I think it is. Yeah, it's gonna exceed. It didn't exceed the limit. I shouldn't celebrate, but it exceeded the limit. Okay. Don't exceed 1,000 characters. I can't spell. Already teachers don't. Wow. Wow. That's actually a good idea. Alright. That's actually a good idea. Oh wait. I gotta tell that. Alright, that's actually a good idea. But I'm thinking I'm gonna give you a little bit more insight on my level. So my level, I think it has fair timings. The jumps in the beginning are only double spikes, so they don't have to double jump over this. I'm thinking after that platform, they have a safe area to double jump over to figure out this mechanic. I'm thinking in the beginning they have a quadruple spike, so they can double jump over it, and they figure out that they can double jump. So this platform tells them, alright, after that, the key, they encounter this key and they go down. That was really amazing. What is my... Yeah, that was really amazing. They go down. That's TTS. That's a good idea. Alright, that's good. That's good, Goombalina. Why did I call it that? But yeah, that's good. Wait, I think I can make the key, sorry, a little more visible to the player. I'm not talking to Goombalina right now, but Yeah, I can make it a little more visible so the player sees the key. I hate everyone. This player sees the key. Also, the game is saving. The player sees the key as soon as they enter, and then they collect it, and then they go back up, and then they see. All right, let's actually implement. Let's actually add the sound effect because. All right, let's add the sound effect now. They go over here. Let's add a subtle sound effect. Wait, no. I think I taught it a little bit well, so I don't think I need to add more visual cues. Touch trigger and construction. I think it's not playing, bro. I forgot my sound effects suck. I'm just gonna choose this one. Yeah, I don't really care. Wait, it's because my sound effects don't play. I don't have my sound effects on right now. I don't have my sound effects on right now. Alright. Cool. What if I make the key? What if I make it tied to collecting the key? I need to make it tied to collecting the key. Yeah. So yeah, that sucks. Why can't I just make it tied to collecting the key? Wait, can you toggle on and off triggers? If you toggle on this, can you do that? I've never actually experimented with that, but if you could, I would have known. So probably not. Wait, you can? Wait, what? You should start doing this too. I'm talking to you, viewer. You should start doing this. Holy crap. Wait, you can do that? Oh my gosh. There's no way. You can toggle off and on triggers. That's not multi-trigger too. Alright. That's cool. So now that this area, this spike wall is gone, I can actually guide the player to this. I can actually guide. Wait, what do I do? Guide the player through this guide trigger. I am so clever with my wording. So they see this box and they think, wow, wow, this is so cool. Alright. I think, wait, does this work with robot? If it does, then, like, that would be so cool. Probably doesn't, but, oh, it does. Oh, it toggles on a orb for some reason instead of like a block. It kind of works. I think I need a new double jump mechanic because like it doesn't do what I'm telling it to do. It needs like, can I just edit this and like just make it like a block instead of like, I'm gonna make this a block and see what happens. Cause right now I don't really like ah! Oh wait, no, it's like, so the block follows the player with no. So you just wait. I haven't signed it to the. Does it just kill the player? I think this just kills the player when it. So it doesn't kill the player. It just doesn't. It just. So it's not a group 8. Okay. Now it kills the. Oh my gosh. What? I haven't even clicked the second time. It's just over there. It's not even like. Why is it doing that? Okay, no. I'm gonna edit this advanced file and just pray that there's a offset. So there's no offset. There's no offset. Why is there no offset? What the heck? There's no offset? I know there's a rotation offset, but that's not that like, you know what I'm talking about. Bikini bottom. You look like the bikini bottom. You know what I'm talking about? Like the bikini bottom. Okay. Jump. Let's see this one by Mystic 76. 76 backwards. I have to stop. So there's no double jump mechanic over here. Okay, there kind of is, but like, it's still a green orb. Wait, it's still a yellow orb. Why is it still a yellow orb? Double jump to, but that's probably just the same one. Double jump by Mishaboba. Okay, Mishaboba. Let's see if this works with robot. So it's a Sigma game mode. So it does it's even worse. It just what this is just robot. Okay, so I realized that this stupid. I was trying to code this like trying to code this double jump mechanic. I guess I have to use this. What? That's such a bug. Wait, what? Okay, so I guess I just have to. Oh, I haven't used. I guess I just waste like. I wasted like 10 minutes on like the same mechanic, just with robot. And I got a bug in return. That toggle trigger looks scary. Okay, I have to actually start this round. I actually have to lock in. Alright, so I'm going to use this block over here, and I'm just gonna overlay this on top of this block on top of the thing, so it actually works. So good. Work. Is this group ID? Does this have a group ID? No, so it's my block. And I'm gonna make these passable. What the heck? Why am I doing this overlay? Overlaying makes me afraid. I have to stop. I think it toggles on the slope. What do I do? I forget I'm on camera sometimes. Excuse my facial expression. Okay, I'm wasting so much time. I have to do this. I have to do this, and then I have to bring this down. And after it's toggled, I bring this over here, And let's see what happens. Let's see. I have to time that let's add a J block. I'm gonna add a J block. Oh wait, no, you can't. So there's no. Alright, cool. So they know that there's a spike wall over there. I had a J block so they don't. Alright, so now they know that there's. They know that the spike wall is gone. And they see this. And then it guides them. I'm gonna make sure the timing is right. So it doesn't say make sure the timing is right for that. I should probably not be making fun of like the ultimate Goomba. So I'm gonna use next free. So it's group ID 10. I'm gonna go over here. Start with group ID 10. Follow that, and it's a touch trigger. Cool. So now I'm so tired of going through the same exact part. That just like, so you see that there's, and I added J blocks by the way, so it's not, you know, unfair to the player. Cool. No. I don't like it when you're being disrespectful to me. Am I getting rated right now? I have the sense that I'm just being rated while not noticing it. Okay, I'm not being rated. No, I wanna get extra dopamine. I haven't been. Alright, I wanna get extra dopamine. Alright, let's see this. I'm not gonna be decorating this by the way because I cannot decorate for the life of me. GD levels are just too complex. It makes me. That does not feel fair. You can't do that, bro. What if I give this to some play testers and see if they, just some live streamers, off camera of course, because I don't like YouTube's. So it does it static it does it static the of course. Why does it not do this anymore? Like, come on, bro. Like, static the camera into this. Oh, that's why. Why do the groups just not work? Alright, I have to do this agonizing part again. I'm gonna add a check. Start position. That does not feel fair to the player if you can like. I don't know how to fix that, and I'm not gonna dive too deep into this code. I'm just gonna accept what happens. It feels like just magic. The key just magically appears. Wow, look at this. You have to dodge. I don't think I have to. I want to make this part shit because I want to utilize the game mode because I don't want to dive deep into Rob Tops. If you know what I mean. I don't want to be the new Magical Dominator. I'm just gonna copy paste this random, and I'm just gonna flip it. So it's variety in game modes. There's variety. I'm just gonna decide not to. good gameplay. Good game design. Game design. Me need game design. I should probably hide that first, because I think we need to go a little bit slower. Also, some of this, I think it would be really cool if I could just boom, bam, bop. Alright. Now what do I do? I'm gonna hide. First of all, I'm gonna hide this. I'm just gonna hide this. It's in a different layer, right? Right? It's in a different layer, right? Okay. I'm gonna hide these in the beginning. And they're gonna show up. Nah, I don't really want to make it that confusing. Maybe I do though. Maybe I do. Hurrah! 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 Activate group 11, and I think we should be good. Yeah. Wait. That happens. We don't like that. This has to be a toggle trigger. These have to be. These have to be. It edits the group ID instead of the. You know what I'm trying to do, right? You're the worst. You're the worst. What do you mean you edit object, not edit group? What am I doing? These are touch triggers. These are touch triggers. Sometimes I forget I'm on camera, and I'm gonna leave that in. Editor, please do not leave that in. Please. Please. So I'm just gonna have these move in, and I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make it slow so the player has time to react. So I'm gonna have these two groups move in slowly to the player. I'm just gonna make sure the middle isn't. This is kind of hard though. I think I need it to be a little bit easier. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna have these two beasts just move in from the camera, and just like target group 11 and 12 just move in for like 30 seconds. Chat, let's see if this works. I'm not talking to anybody, but still. I just like saying chat because like these people are really included in the. Why am I doing that? It should be like whatever. Let's just see if what am I doing? It should move. We just have this big cluster of just triggers. Why don't they make like touch triggers X only or Y only instead of being like that? I'm saying, why don't they make triggers X only or Y only, like Rob Top is a beast that is like looming over me, copywriting sounds forever and ever. Anyway, what am I saying? Editor, please do not leave that. Alright. So I hit the toggle trigger, I go collect this key, and wow, it's not a touch trigger. Why is it not a touch trigger? So much stuff that happened. There's so many triggers, but I want to make it look like nothing happened. You know, like how some YouTubers make videos that feel like they're not edited, but they are, because they're just so smooth. I like this section. It's hard. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't really care. I pause this. Alright, Goombalina. I finished the ship part, but it's not actually a ship part. It's actually a camera guided section that still utilizes the cube game mode, since you can't double jump with the ship game mode in Geometry Dash. So I made it so that you can double jump in the cube game mode and you jump over these saws. And I made it so that the gameplay feels consistent and easy. The saws slowly glide into the screen as the player tries to jump over the slopes. I mean saws. Anyway, I made it so that they glide in the screen so that the player can easily detect what's gonna happen. I also added subtle sound effects to the player to guide to the player that there are something just happened. Alright, can you please give me feedback and insight on this? I feel like a AI generated program is telling me what to do. That something just happened. Let's see what. Yay! Readable. Right? Alright. Alright. Can you please point out any flaws in my game design choices in my level that are either sync based or just generally bad about the level design? Why did I say bad about the level design? Like generally. May be improved, because I don't want the AI to be very. I don't want the AI to be like mean. It's like yeah. All right, I'm just gonna remove any unnecessary text. Alright, I think I edited the text. Are there any flaws in my game design that can be improved overall, like timings? Like timings? Like timing? All right. Okay. Um, can you give me other ideas and tips about and just potential flaws about the game design? If you can, then amazing. Creation. Cool. Cool. Amazing. I'm not done talking. Wait. Okay. After the after the cube mayhem section that has the saws gliding in from the sides of the screen slowly to give the player input on what is happening at this current moment. I also made it that the saws don't have and there's no saws in the middle or end, or it's not overdone in the section. So I just wanted to clear that up. And also at the end of the saw section, I can I add a can I add like a final finale to this project, Geometry Dash project? If so, then what are some suggestions that you can give to me so that I add this? So yeah. Wrong. Why did I do that? It's probably gonna ignore it, but like it's probably gonna see like I noticed that you're. Alright, so now that I now that I've created this saw section, cube section with saws that slowly glide in from the screen that have no overdone to give the player input on what has happened in this project. Can you please give me some insight on what happens at the end of the level? Alright, cool. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Alright. Wow. Okay. Oh wait.
Celebratory sequence.
No.
No worries. If you have any more, take your time. If you need any more help or have specific questions about your level, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.
Okay, basically, I'm recording a YouTube video, and I removed. I forgot to do the audio, so it feels like it's so. I've tried to do the YouTube video, and the YouTube video doesn't have audio, so I'm trying to like make this so it's like has audio and it's for acoustic. So can you please explain what I've been telling you throughout this very moment?
It sounds like you're working on a YouTube video and you're trying to add audio to it. If you forgot to include the audio originally, you can re-record the audio or
My stream! We have to redo it. Okay. Not all hope is lost though. I can still just. Not all hope is lost. Not all hope is lost. It's still alright. Hello, Boombalina.
Hey there, how's it going?
Stop. Okay, so basically, I'm trying to create a geometry dash platformer that has that encrypts a double jump mechanic, and my difficulty for this level is I'm gonna try to make it an easy demon, so it includes a little bit of challenge to the player's inputs, and it also adds a little bit more precise mechanics. My ideas for this level are going to be a slow section that has slowly gliding into the screen, creating a challenge to the player, and I'm going to I think I want to create a section at the beginning to slowly introduce this type of mechanic that the player can learn the mechanic and how the physics works. Can you please give me insight on this idea?
That sounds like a really cool and challenging idea. Here are some insights that might help. 1. Double jump mechanic. Start by introducing a simple section where players can practice the double jump. Maybe have a series of platforms at different heights to help them get used to the timing. 2. Slow section. For the slow section, you can use visual effects or background elements that move slowly to emphasize the challenge. This will help players focus on controlling their jumps accurately. 3. Difficulty curve. Start with easier jumps and gradually increase the difficulty. Make sure each section introduces new elements that require the player to use the double jump in different ways. 4. Visual cues. Use visual cues to guide the player, such as arrows or color-coded platforms, to show where they should. Overall, balancing the difficulty and giving players a chance to practice the new mechanics gradually will make your level engaging. Good luck with your Geometry Dash level. Let me know if you need more help.
Wait, I think I ruined the personalization.
No worries at all. It's all about
Stop!
No worries at all. It's all about experimenting and refining your ideas. If you ever want to revisit or tweak anything, just keep at it. You've got this.
You're a classical teacher.
Got it. Take your...
Alright, so I'm creating a jump dash platformer that has a double jump mechanic encrypted into it, so that the player can double jump. The player can double jump during this section. I'm creating ideas for this jump dash platformer, and I want to see your insight on this level. So I want to see your tips and your insights. My ideas for this jump dash level is, first, number 1, a slow section for this. I want a slow section for this, so that the player can learn and practice this double jump mechanic. A fast-paced section next, with some slowly gliding into the screen, and increasingly getting faster as time goes on. I want the difficulty for this level to be easy demon, so the level is challenging to new players, and for experienced players, this level can be very fun. Do you have any tips or insights on this idea? What? I don't even. I'm creating a Geometry Dash level idea, and I want this creation to be a easy demon, and I want this. I have I have this program that makes it so that you can double jump in this platformer. I want this level to encrypt this double jump mechanic into this level. Can you please give me ideas for this level and how it can progress?
That sounds like a fun idea for a Geometry Dash level. For an easy demon level incorporating a double jump mechanic, here are some ideas. Intro section. Start with a simple platforming section to introduce players to the double jump. Make sure to have clear visual cues so players understand when they can use the double jump. 2. Early challenges. Create some basic obstacles that require the player to use the double jump to navigate, such as spikes or small gaps. Progressive difficulty. As the level progresses, gradually increase the difficulty of the jumps and obstacles.